Hello, this is Phoenix Amore. So, I had to go ahead and put this video out explaining who Phoenix Amore is. I've done this before, but I've done this at a time when I wasn't even in a full awareness of what it really meant completely. What I knew and what I told people before is this name came to me, and I knew it had something to do with rebirth and the fact that I used to have the sleep apnea and then I died, and this conversation that I held with God where he was telling me, I'm going to prep you for some stuff, you need to be ready for it. So if anybody had been following before, there was some lyrics which I've explained to people. Lyrics are intuitive feelings only if you're really a prophet or prophetess. I need to stress that because some people go, oh, does that mean what I write is intuitive? No, because then you can just have people writing that there's stuff that they're really not, and that's where people get dangerous. But my lyrics, if people have been following, when I said a female Moses poses threat, now basically poses threat means because of the fact that I am female. And so that was God's way of saying, by the way, because you're a woman and you have a lot of these men that were still stuck in that whole mentality that only men are prophets and all whatever, they were only male prophets, blah blah blah. That's the whole thing where God was prepping me. Female Moses poses threat. Because you're a woman, you're going to pose a threat to some people, right? Period. So we've gotten past that. Now the key thing is, as I was teaching people about the whole verse that I wrote when I said reincarnation of Isis, bless your life with enlightenment, give you open grind with a dose of timeless refinement. Isis was a goddess, but she was a real woman, and so she was killed because some men felt threatened by her intelligence. This is very real. And again, I explained to people that she was somebody who would be considered a mutant because she had two eyebrows. So all the stuff, when you understand the history of it, you have to step back and go, wow. So when you hear terms like mutant makes it sound like it's wrong or bad. But mutant in her case, she just had two eyebrows. She didn't have one eyebrow. She had two eyebrows. And they're looking at her going, she looks different and she's smart as hell. What's up with this? That's basically why she got killed. And then what they had to do to bury that history, right, is say, oh, she was a goddess, so people think, oh, that was just some figure and some entity. No, it was really somebody who existed. That is significant in the fact, and I will put a link at the bottom of this video, right, where you can see where they've recently found the remains of a female political leader in Peru. So what's the significance? The time when people did not get, wow, there really was a woman political leader way back in that time, is very huge and significant. Fine, because it basically corroborates what I just said about the story of Isis. That stuff really did happen. Now people are more comfortable with bringing it forth, to the forefront, because of the fact that you have more women that kind of started speaking out more and more. So when I talked about this yin yang and this balance, God, when I said it's, God literally was like, I'm going to have this black lady, right? Female Moses poses threat, and she's black. But guess what? It's become, to my attention, the name Phoenix Amore, literally in the Bible. It talks about Phoenix, and it talks about what it represents is hope. And so with all this being said, when I talk about all the things where I had to have this journey and literally go through the ridicule, that's why I write things like went through ridicule like Noah, right? So all these people that were considered crazy that ended up surviving because they paid attention to that intuition, that is key. So ridicule, even biblically, God says most of the time when I choose somebody, they're going to have to go through hell and back, be ridiculed, be talked about, be called crazy, until some stuff happens enough to where people become aware, like that person's not crazy at all, that stuff really happened. That person basically takes lashings. And so when I write things like took my lashings and rose back up with Christ's passion, passion is love. Passion is love for something so much that, I don't want to call it obsessing, but it's like I love this thing so much, I'm gonna put all this energy into it. So saying stuff like rose back up with Christ's passion, that love, Phoenix Amore, again, built strong enough spirit wise, mind wise, to say that hurts like hell that people were making fun and doing all this stuff, because I do readings for whatever reason, but I could still get up in love. Phoenix Amore. That's what that name means. You guys take care.